Hello everybody, Tim Crane here. Today I'm going to talk about one of my very first big deals that I did that I was so proud of when I did it. Here's what it was. I lived in Florida and I had been buying and selling some vacant lots down in a subdivision called River Ranch, swampland down in Florida. I wasn't doing too bad, I was buying them and then selling them on eBay, and I was making a little bit of money. And so one day I was looking on eBay. I remember it was a Sunday night, and I was looking in the real estate category at all the other real estate and other places, and I happened to be looking in the other real estate category, and it, which has churches and schools and other things like that. And so I came across this school building that I saw the ad for, and the guy had zero feedback who was selling it. He only had 5 exterior pictures of the building, and he only had like 2 or 3 lines of text, trying to describe the building, which said it was a 30,000 square foot, 4-story brick school building. That's basically all it said. Luckily, he had his phone number in the ad. And so I called him up, and the auction was running on eBay. It was $17,000, and there was no bids on it. And so I was like, holy cow, why is there no bids on it? There must be something wrong with it. There must be something to it. And so I called the guy, and when I talked to him, he told me that the only way he got possession of the property was he had a mortgage on the property, and the guy defaulted, and he had to take the building back. He lived in California. He had never even seen the building. And so the building being in Grafton, West Virginia, he told me that he had a lady that lived nearby who every once in a while would use the building to train search and rescue dogs. People would go in and hide, and then the search and rescue dog would go in and find them. And so he said that there's somebody there to let me in if I want to go look at it. I said, cool. I said, listen, I would love to buy this. I don't have $17,000. I said, I have about half the money. He said, I said, I can give you half of the money, and I'll give you $1,000 a month until it's paid off. He said, okay, I'll do that. And so I was the high bidder. And I arranged a flight up to be on. Wait, let's go back. To be honest, I didn't even have half the money. I only had about $4,000, and I had to sell one of my lots in between time. And I ran a one-day auction on eBay. Started the auction at $1, and it sold for $4,500. And so I had enough money to put down half of the money now. We arranged an attorney there in Grafton, West Virginia, where the school building was, to do the paperwork and to make sure I got title insurance and all that other stuff. So when he arranged it, I said, okay, we set our flight. We flew up there. We left in the morning. We were there in the building about 3 o'clock. The lady met us there, took us in. We got to look around, take a bunch of pictures. I got to take like 200 pictures of the property with me and my buddy Hector here. We walked through the whole building. Come to find out, I pulled the public records on the building, and the building is 46,000 square feet. 4-story brick school building. Hardwood floors, just a basketball goal, auditorium, stage. I mean, it was just, if I had money to redo the whole place, I would turn it into my own home. But it would cost an arm and a leg to do that, and I'm not quite sure I really wanted to live in Grafton, West Virginia. But somebody did. So here's what I did was I agreed, I decided, yeah, I'm going to do it. And so that night I went back to the motel, and I was talking to my buddy Hector, who was there with me, and I said, hey man, what do you think? And he said, well, dude, if it was me, I wouldn't do it. And I said, well, why not? He's like, man, it's all the way up here. Man, I don't know. He's like, I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't spend my money on that. He goes, if it was me, I would take my money and I would just start a business. And I said, well, okay, well, but me, I think differently than other people. See, to me, I thought even if you knock this building down, you could probably sell the bricks for more than $17,000. So I said, where else in the world would I be able to buy a 4-story brick school building that's 46,000 square feet for $17,000? Nowhere. And so I felt pretty confident that I was going to be able to do it. So I came home. We got on the airplane. I started writing my ad, showing, my ad was like 4 or 5 pages long. I was just describing everything about it as much as I could, me walking through it. I tried to make it sound good from my aspect, and when I got home, I put it on eBay and I started the bidding at 30,000 bucks, or buy it now for 60 grand. And so a couple days went by and I got a bid on the property for 30 grand. And so I was like excited. I was like, holy cow. Hector, what's up, man? Okay, so I got a bid for 30 grand. And so what I did was kind of waited a little bit, and then I got a few phone calls. And then I got a guy who called me, and he had a condo in Tampa that he wanted to trade me along with a little bit of money. And he said he would give me like 15 grand along with the condo. Well, when I looked up the condo, I came to a conclusion that it was roughly worth about 25 grand. And so he was only trying to offer 40. And my buddy Hector was like, hey, man, that's a pretty good deal. I'm like, yeah, it's a pretty good deal, you know, but I don't really think so. And so I decided to just hold it out a little bit. And so then I got a call from a lady who she lived in California. She saw my ad on eBay, and they were going to retire in a couple of years, and they wanted to buy this building and redo it and make it into their home. That's what they told me. And so I was like, wow, I would love for you guys to do that. She goes, I have a problem. I don't really want to pay 60 grand for it. I said, I understand. I said, maybe we can come to a deal. Why don't you guys make me an offer? And she said, well, how about 40 grand? And my buddy was nudging me, you know, when I was on the phone with her, he's nudging me. And I'm like, ma'am, I said, I can't do it for, you know, I can't do it for that. I said, I can do it for about maybe 55. And then she was like, no, I can't do that. She said, would you take 50? She goes, I would feel comfortable giving you 50 grand. And I said, well, you know, I said, I would like to come to an agreement. I said, would you do 53? No, she wouldn't. Finally, I got her to agree at 51,000. Just eked another $1,000 out of her because I knew she kind of wanted it and I wanted to sell it to her. And even at 51,000, this building that's 46,000 square feet is an unbelievable steal for somebody. So we came to an agreement at 51,000, and I ended the auction, and we did all the paperwork, and it was 20 days from the day I gave the attorney my money to the day I had all my money back into my account. And I actually profited $30,000, $31,000 from this deal in 20 days. And it was a flip, you know, just all cash both ways. And I felt, when I did it, I felt like there was nothing I couldn't do. I mean, you couldn't tell me I couldn't do something, because I made this happen. I was the one that created this whole deal. I mean, it wasn't laying there for somebody else. I made this happen. That's why it happened. And there's many deals like this that I make happen that you can make happen too. You just have to you have to believe in yourself. You can't let other people tell you no, no, no. You have to know what you're doing, and you have to make the decision. You have to be the one with the education that says, my instinct tells me to do this. Don't listen to those other people. You can ask their opinion and listen to it, but you follow your own instinct on what you think you should do. There's that gut feeling they talk about. Well, then on this moment right here, my gut feeling was unbelievable. It was one of the best feelings in my life. It was one of the best feelings I ever felt, dude. When I sold that place and I had the money in my account, I was so happy, man. I'm getting choked up a little bit talking about it, because I can't even express how gratifying and fulfilling that feeling is. I wish I got that feeling now when I did deals. I mean, I still kind of do a little bit, but not like that one was. That one was something special. And so, guys, that was my first deal, my first big deal that I did. And you guys can do it too. Thanks, you guys. Keep watching my videos. Bye.